Hi, this is Dr. Matt Eschler coming to you with part 3 in our 4-part Marriage Fundamentals video session. This one is on your individual governing purpose, how to create it, what it means, why you want a North Star in your life to keep you in line, and how it keeps you from doing naughty things that get you in trouble. Go ahead and take a listen to this video number 3. If you haven't listened to the first two, look down there in the bottom, you'll see video 1 and video 2. You might want to go back and look at those first. If not, watch this one and then go back and hit those next. Understand your individual governing purpose. A governing purpose is a foundation principle. It is your North Star. The old mariners, when they'd go out in the ocean on their travels, they would look for that North Star as a way to guide them on their journey safely. It would be like they would fix their direction based upon that North Star. So between North Star or a compass, this governing purpose is your guide for your very personal, very individual life. Now, we do everything that we do on purpose already. And I know some will argue that there's accidents or that there's missteps that are outside of our intentions. And I guess that's probably true. There probably are accidents. But the point that I would make is if I trip and stumble into an oncoming bus and get hit, it's not that I tripped on purpose, likely. It's more likely that I was inattentive on purpose. And so we do, at some level, choose everything that we do and are about throughout our lives. We have to be accountable for that. If you create a governing purpose, it will guide your behaviors and the manner at which you get your needs met. It'll guide and inform the pathway for that so that you can become a healthy person or become the person that you want to become. I always think of the times that I had on a working ranch in Raymond, Idaho growing up. And I remember being 9 years old and we were moving these sprinkler pipes through a field. For those of you that are farmers that understand sprinkler pipes, my dad was cheap, like holy smokes. To save $1, he would buy only the sprinkler pipe, these 4-inch metal pipe. No wheels, no motor. He wouldn't do the motorized ones. And he wouldn't even do the center riser. See, these pipe have a riser that comes out of them with a rainbird that squirts water out, and it waters the field in like 120-foot lengths, 60 feet one way, 60 feet the other. So you'd have to get up early in the morning and carry those pipe 120 feet, set them down and connect them together. And we had 15 quarter-mile long lines. That's a lot of sprinkler pipe. And they all had end risers, not centers. So you're in the center of the pipe by yourself trying to lift it. It's heavy, it's got water in it, and the riser's flopping around clear over on the other end. And so it was hard. And part of the task is not overwatering or underwatering, so you had to have the line straight so that it would water out 60 feet and get the whole dry area without rewatering where it's already wet. And so the pipe had to be straight. Often I would get to the end of a 32 pipe line, I'd look back and I'd be zigzagging through the field and I'd get in trouble. And when you got in trouble in the Eschler family, you generally got smacked or you got ridiculed, swore at. And so it was a bad thing to be in trouble. So I was always stressed. One day, my older brother and I, we got this idea. We got a whole bunch of milk bottles, those plastic white milk bottles, and we mapped out 120 feet lengths and put milk bottles at the other end of the field on fence posts. And so every time we'd move pipe, we would line up the risers with that fence post. It's kind of like a sighting in a rifle, and we would have straight lines. That milk bottle on the fence post was like a governing purpose. It was what pulled us towards our end result. And so that's what I want you to create. I want you to take a moment now and by yourself, take a deep breath and just explore your purpose in life. Why are you here? What are you here to do? And what kind of a person are you going to be? There's character traits. There's ideals. I don't want to set a goals. Neil Armstrong and his fellow astronauts, if their only goal was to land on the moon and they achieved, that was their life purpose. Imagine achieving your whole life purpose in your 40s, and now you got another 50 years to live, and you have no purpose, and so you turn to addiction, which is actually what happened with a couple of them. So your purpose isn't a goal. It's not something that's finite that you can reach an end. It's something that's eternal that you can always learn more and become bigger and better at. So think through the lens of a governing purpose or a mission statement that's open-ended, that you can work on forever. Being an incredible father, being an incredible husband, raising kids within a family system that promotes joy, peace, and progress, becoming educated. Those are all purpose-like statements. And so take some time. It's a living document. You can adjust it and you can grow with it as you go. But have a governing purpose that is prepared for you to look at, especially in a marriage. Can you imagine in a marriage, if both of you have your very own individual governing purpose, then you really do know how to dial in and support your spouse, how to show love, how to show support, how to show that it's more than just an intimate physical relationship, that it's very much an emotional, intimate relationship as well. The other super important part, you remember the needs list we talked about? What if one of my needs is intimacy? And what if I have a governing purpose that states I want to be an incredible husband and father? So I've got a need for intimacy that's high on my list, and I've got a purpose of being an incredible husband. So let's say one day I think, okay, I've got a need for intimacy. I'm going to run to Las Vegas and buy a hooker because then I can have intimacy and I have to really earn it other than just whatever dollars it's going to cost me. That'll work. So I'll run to Vegas. Don't have to be, negotiating or bugging or nagging my wife or anything like that. Problem solved. Oh, but wait a minute. My governing purpose says that I'm going to be an incredible, loving husband and a good example as a father. Might just be that I decide that buying hookers in Vegas isn't the pathway of being an incredible husband and a good example as a father. So I can't do it. But see, no one's telling me that I can't. It's not because it's illegal. It's not because my wife will be mad. It's not because my kids will hate me. It's because my personal governing purpose holds me accountable to a set of behaviors in getting my needs met that keep me pure and healthy and moving forward and progressing. It helps me know what to repent of. It helps me to know what to say no to and what to say yes to. And so the idea of having a governing purpose to keep your needs list under control is super important, especially in a world where everything's available. All right, thank you for listening to video number 3. I do appreciate the time and attention it takes to do this. I know you've got a lot going on, and to take these moments out of your life to listen to these, I hope it benefited you and your marriage. Down below, there's a link to session number 4. That's our final session in this 4-part series. One of the most romantic things you can do is really feel understood. And this is a blueprint for that. So have a listen, click on that link, and hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.